is up, guys? This is Colonial Puppet, and this is part 2 of my Let's Build an Airport series, or should I say the mini-series of that Let's Build an Airport series, the Let's Build a Hotel Airport, or Airport Hotel. I'll be getting to the more airporty stuff after this is done. A lot of big airports have hotels, so I'm starting with that. Then it'll go to landing strips, terminals, hangars, stuff like that. Um, but yep, this is what we had. The first episode, as you can see, the empty shell of what will soon become the greatest hotel ever built. Right now, I was looking at some pictures and I realized that these are a little bit small, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And so I'm going to add some size to them by putting like little tiny hallways that serve absolutely no purpose on either side of this, which will be filled in a second. So pretty much just more windows and more work for me because I have to put roof or ceiling on all this too. But anyway, I don't know. Completely forget what I was talking about last episode. I'm not even gonna ask how. I guess he uses stairs, but you need to leave. Yeah. I really don't like the animals in this game, especially the chickens. Well, now it's pigs. I used to really hate chickens during survival, 'cause like they would push you like off of stuff. Like they would get up on buildings and then like push me off while I'm building stuff. I died a lot by the hands of chickens or wings, I guess. Which is funny 'cause I own chickens in real life. We have like 6. I feel like I mentioned this in my last Let's Build, but if I didn't, we have chickens. They lay eggs for us. My dad works with chickens, like science stuff. We're not like farmers or anything. He like does sciencey stuff with them, like studies diseases in them for the purposes of poultry. So if you ever eat chicken, the antibiotics that keep those chickens alive up until they are slaughtered and turned into food, my dad probably had something to do with that. That is, if the chickens come from the Tyson Food Company or whatever. But anyway, yeah, he like saves chickens every once in a while that are like going to die. He like brings them home, and we take care of them. And they have a giant yard to run around in, so they're happy. We're not like evil. We don't keep them in little cages or anything and like force them to give us eggs. We let them do what they want. Chickens are really weird. It's weird to think that like we have descendants of T-Rexes running around our yard eating bugs. If you're wondering what chickens eat, they eat bugs. Pretty much any bug they could find on the ground. During the summer, those giant shiny beetles come out, and they love eating those, which sucks because I really like beetles. Beetles are probably my favorite bug. Even like the Japanese beetles. My parents always hated them because they eat like our garden and stuff, but like I always thought they were cool looking, and I'd always like collect them and like have them fly around. Them and lightning bugs. When I was little, I really liked bugs, and I wanted to do something like when I grew up with bugs, like become a bug scientist or something. I don't know. And I really like fireflies. I really like beetles. I'd always look under rocks, which looking back was probably not a good idea because we lived in the south where there were a lot of black widows and brown recluses. So luckily I wasn't bit by one, and if I was, I probably would have been in a lot of pain. Probably wouldn't have died because I think they're pretty prepared for those bug bites up there. And it's not like I wouldn't have told anybody because apparently both black widow, or actually no, I think brown recluse bites you don't really feel them. I could be completely wrong though. I know black widow bites hurt like hell, um, and are deadly. Uh, brown recluse bites I don't think are usually deadly. They're nasty as anything. Like if you see people who've been bitten by them, like the entire area around the bite just like turns to mush, pretty much. If you live in an area where there's brown recluses and like you wake up one day and there's like a really painful sore on your leg or wherever and it looks like a bullseye, you could have been bitten by a brown recluse. Just a fun fact, or not so fun fact. But yeah, I don't know how I got on the topic of insects and spiders and stuff, arachnids. But I don't know. They're interesting. Spiders are pretty interesting. Right now, like when I come home, I live in the basement pretty much because my sister moved back in and took my room. And spiders love it down here apparently. Like just last night, I was just chilling in my bed, and I felt something crawling on my arm, and I looked, and there was a spider just like crawling up my arm. And when that happens, like there's two options. You either like freak out and risk being bitten because you're scaring the spider, or you calmly like get up, find a light, because it was completely dark. Like the only reason I saw it was like there's like a little tiny light coming from my computer, and I could see its like legs, and I was like, oh shit. I didn't know what to do. I was terrified, but I calmly got up, turned on the light, let it crawl on my coffee table, put it under a cup, and then like in the morning I threw it outside. One, two, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm yawning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. So these are spaced 5 blocks apart because I'm gonna put more stairs in here. Because why not? Actually, I don't even need to. I don't know why I'm doing that. I honestly don't know what to do right now. I would dig out this entire place, but I feel like that would be really boring. But I guess I'm gonna have to. This is gonna be a really shitty episode. I apologize for that. This is gonna be... wow. See, normally, like, I think this through, but since I didn't really finish anything up last episode, like, I was still putting in windows and whatnot, normally I would finish that up in one episode, then do all this digging, and then start the second episode. But, I don't know. It's, like I said 10,000 times, I'm tired and not thinking straight. And as a result, you're gonna have to watch me dig holes. And also beat the crap out of sheep because they don't know how much of a nuisance they are. My biggest my biggest, I guess, anger with this game is when you hit an animal because they're in your way and they like freak out and like run in a complete circle and then just end up right back where they were, which was in your way. And they just won't move. And it's really annoying. Yeah. 4J, if you're listening, please give us an option to turn on and off animals, at least in creative mode. I wouldn't see why you would want to turn them off in survival, but whatever. I guess if you want to go through survival being a vegetarian or whatnot. But even then you have to get wool somehow to build a bed. I guess if you found whatever they're called. What the heck are they called? There's like spawner dungeons or whatever. I don't know. See, I like really know nothing about this game. Like I literally had to look up like yesterday how to build a beacon because in my skyscraper time lapse there's a beacon in the fountain of the building, And I honestly had no idea how to build them. I knew it was a block, but every time I put it, it wouldn't make like the like never-ending like beacon light that like comes from the top. I didn't know you had to put like emeralds under it or whatever. I didn't know if you had to configure them a certain way. 'Cause I know you have to make like a, what is it, 5x4 circle of obsidian to make a portal or whatnot, or whatever they're called. Not an ender portal, nether portal. See, this is what I don't like. It's like, what are you even doing? You're just kind of like jumping around. Yeah. Hold up 1 second. I'm going to end his life. Harming. Instant damage. I don't need quartz stairs anymore. Hasta la vista, baby. Wow, that was relatively quick. I was expecting that was like a one-hit kill. MLG to the max. I'm tired. I can't watch these after I put them out. They're just, I fear they're going to be like extremely cringy. Which they probably are. But, you know, ignorance is bliss. If I don't listen to them, I can't hear how much of an idiot I sound like. Which is a good thing, I guess. But I guess at some point I'll have to bite the bullet. Obviously, these are like 20 minutes each. I'm never going to like watch all these. And whoever enjoys these, thank you for enjoying them. It's obviously different. Like, if like hearing yourself just ramble for 20 minutes on end is unbearable, but like I guess it's interesting. Like, other people find it entertaining. It's weird. Like, content creating is so much different than just like going on YouTube and watching other people's content. 'Cause like you get so like worried that people are gonna like judge it, and like, I don't know. You set unrealistic standards for yourself when you do these things. Like, oh god, I sound like an idiot when compared to like other YouTube commentators like PewDiePie. How's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie. I used to really like PewDiePie. Now I don't really care for him. I don't really watch him anymore. I don't watch a lot of commentators. I used to watch Toby Games. There's a whole like phase where I just like liked other personalities on YouTube, but now I don't listen to them. But I'm not like those kind of people who are like, who went from loving PewDiePie to like, oh, PewDiePie is the worst. He's freaking annoying. He just, all he does is talk. I don't have anything against him. I just don't find his stuff I don't find myself wanting to watch it anymore. Occasionally, like, the first video I watched was the Slender ones. But obviously, it's kind of like, once you've seen one, you've seen pretty much all of them. Except for when he does the mods in GTA. Like, one of my favorite videos is where he has the SpongeBob mod on GTA 4. And he's just running around as SpongeBob getting lap dances and shooting up police. Which I guess that's how SpongeBob acts every day in Bikini Bottom. But it's interesting seeing it in a GTA setting. Liberty City, or whatever it's called. Is it Los Santos and Liberty City? I forget. I have GTA 4, but I've never played ones that take place in the like satirical form of LA or whatever. Because Liberty City is New York. And it's really interesting how like small, like, playing GTA, it's like, wow, I'm in this big city, but like if you actually kind of like pay attention to the scale of everything, it's an extremely small amount of space. Like, if you like look at actual pictures of New York City, like, just like the, I guess, Midtown and like Lower Manhattan, like the space in between them are just huge. But like in GTA 4, like the Empire State Building is like 5 feet away from like the tip of Lower Manhattan. It's interesting. Or I forget what it's called. I had a map hanging in my room. I took that down. But I wish I had it up so I could look at it. Because they like named all the boroughs something. And by boroughs, I mean like Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx. Is it Bronx? Yeah, I think the Bronx is one. New York is awesome. I went there once, and like, yet like I have the desire to go back so badly, and I could have, but I would have had to wake up at like 5, cause my art class in college was having a trip to New York. But I was like, I don't want to wake up that early. Wow, I sound like a lazy asshole. That wasn't the only reason, by the way. I had classes that day. It was like on a weekday, like on a Wednesday or something. And not only would I have had to get up, I would have missed like a vital class that I could not have missed. And I hope the sound quality sounds good. I put a sock in front of the blue snowball to guard from any popping or whatever it's called. There's a term for it, but when you make your P's and your not your B's, your P's and another sound, it makes like a popping noise, and it's really annoying. What's his name? I think Hutch. It may be Hutch, the guy who, back in the day, the guy who played with Sea Nanners a lot, like on Modern Warfare 2 and stuff. He he was like really big and sponsored with like Machinima and shit, and yet like his voice quality was terrible. The guy was funny. I liked his videos, but that always kind of, I thought that was weird. Like all his videos had the weird popping. Now he doesn't. Now he has good quality, I think. Yeah, Sea Nanners. I really like his videos now. I really like though when he was like one-on-one with people and was like addressing his audience instead of just kind of playing Gmod with his friends, which like are also entertaining, but I kind of miss like the usual commentary stuff he does. I just wish he'd do that every once in a while. But obviously it's his channel, he could do what he wants. Yeah, never like expect like stuff from creators, 'cause that's not what it's about. Gotta let them do what they want and what they enjoy doing. You could always suggest stuff, but like, don't like be a dick about it. Just be like, I really liked it when you did this. Don't be like, wow, I'm unsubscribing unless you freaking do what you used to do. It's weird. It's weird, like, sorry, I just yawned. It's weird, like, I remember when I, like, first started watching YouTube, it was when Modern Warfare 2 came out. And I love that game. Like, that was, like, I just bought an Xbox 360 after a year of Xbox Original because Santa Claus got my order wrong. Got me an Xbox Original, which, again, I probably went over this before. But Modern Warfare 2 is the bomb. As frustrating as it was a really fun game to play with friends. And at the same time, I started watching YouTube commentaries like Sea Nanners. It's pretty much Sea Nanners at the time. Eventually, I started watching Toby Games, a little bit of PewDiePie towards the end. But I don't know. That was like, looking back, it's interesting. Like it doesn't feel like it was that far away, like that long ago. But then again, it kind of is, I guess. But at the same time, it's not. It's weird. Like, just like you could go back and like watch all the videos you watched back like in high school and like the end of middle school, and they're all still there. But it's like, it's weird. It's like looking into the past. It's interesting. And it's interesting then looking at like where all these channels are now. Some of them are gone. Some of them are like Classic Game Room. Actually, Classic Game Room came back. I think, or at least that's what Review Tech USA said. Look at the time right now, 19. Wow, I dug out this entire place. This is really boring, probably. This is probably a really boring episode to watch, and I apologize for that. I should have kind of thought this out a little bit more. But yeah, I'll probably put an annotation saying disclaimer. I just dig a hole this entire episode. So if you don't want to watch that, skip on to part 3. But I think I'm going to end it there. Last one went on a little bit long. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep them around 20 minutes. This has been Colonial Puppet. Sorry for my incoherent ramblings. If they are, I'll probably never know because I'm never going to listen to this. And if I do, then I don't know why I would. Not because I'm making crappy content. It's weird hearing yourself. And I'm rambling again. But yeah, this has been Colonial Puppet. I'm going to quick put some lights here. Be sure to check out part 1 and the rest of the series once it comes out. I'll be posting part 3 very soon. Check that out once it's out. Check out part 1 like I said. And other than that, this has been Colonial Puppet. See you next episode.